Welcome to the PhoenixVault Whitepaper presentation. This presentation is designed to help you understand what it is that I am trying to create. I have spent the last 3 years working on a proof of concept, and I have compiled a white paper that is currently in development. PhoenixVault is this client application that connects to the Apario Network. And both of these offerings are being delivered to you by Project Apario LLC. I chose to make this company an LLC to protect its integrity and to also protect me from being ousted of the company, just like James O'Keefe was ousted from Project Veritas. So we can all have good intentions on what this project is going to do, but it's my responsibility to make sure that the custody of this idea does not get corrupted. And you're going to understand moving forward why this is important and why 501c3s really just provide you a tax benefit and not necessarily anything else. So this type of product, this type of idea, can operate and can exist, and it can do so in a very constructive manner. And so this presentation is going to be just a few minutes, so sit down and relax, grab your favorite beverage, and join me. This is the problem, right? So I look at PhoenixVault Whitepaper and I say, what is it? There's a problem, okay? Here's a problem. We have all of these intelligence agencies that are all decentralized. What if we were to centralize them? What if we were to give you the ability of giving an application like PhoenixVault the ability of ingesting records that are public domain, that are owned of, by, and for we the people, and ingest those documents into a central application that would give us the ability of performing full text search, to be able to see the interconnectedness of information. If a keyword comes up from the Space Force, we would be able to see if the same keyword came up from NSA. If the same keyword came out of the Department of Energy, or Department of Health and Human Services, or DHS, or FBI. There are all of these different agencies that we have in our government. We also have the branches of government. So we have the Senate, the House, and the Presidency, the Office of the Executive Branch. And of course, we have this fourth estate. And that fourth estate represents all of these intelligence agencies. They represent the fourth estate of the United States government. They're what people have tried to say is the shadow government. But in reality, their responsibility is to protect and defend the nation and to use the apparatus of our Constitution in order to do that. However, the true purpose of the fourth estate was not supposed to be the intelligence communities. That was newly created in the last century. And while our republic is 247 years old, we never had the fourth estate in the original creation of our government. When the Constitution was written and our founding fathers were deliberating what it was to be the United States of America, when our constitutional republic was being formed, it didn't include a fourth estate. However, as the United States grew in the global space around other countries, around other militaries, around other powers that be, the creation of the fourth estate was considered vital to the safety and security of the United States, offering a country that was flagrantly in violation of communist authoritarian dictatorships. And so, a problem was presented to the world and to the American people back in 1963 when President John F. Kennedy was assassinated. His assassination was authorized by the Fourth Estate. That is the truth. The murder and the coup of an American president, an equal branch of government, was authorized by the Fourth Estate. And as a result of this authorization of the Fourth Estate, allowing the assassination of a U.S. president, established a precedent in the United States that allowed for increased secrecy, a need-to-know basis of classified information, and a cover-up of the fact that the Fourth Estate was complicit in the assassination of a U.S. president. That much information has come out and is mainstream today. We hear this with Tucker Carlson speaking with Russell Brand, comparing Biden with Ceausescu, the dictator from Romania. Interesting. We hear that the Fourth Estate is keeping the JFK files indefinitely classified 60 years past the event. Why? Because the Fourth Estate authorized the assassination of a U.S. president and ushered in a coup against we the people. Now, I learned this information back in 2020. I learned it from the proof of concept to PhoenixVault. What I did was create a centralized application that would give me the ability of looking at the JFK assassination files. They meant something to me. I grew up being a JFK fan. I grew up a lifelong Democrat. I grew up loving the fact that we had robust and vibrant debate in our country. The fact that we had opposition. The fact that one side would win and one side would lose. It's a beautiful dynamic that exists in our republic. But when the JFK files were supposedly ordered to be released back in 1992, the truth was that these files were released 25 years later. It wasn't until 4 United States presidents were sworn in and given the authority to, quote-unquote, control the Fourth Estate. The reality was the Fourth Estate was complicit in the assassination of John F. Kennedy. And the Fourth Estate is working overtime in 2023 to make sure that the original declassified records that were supposed to come out in 1992 weren't readable by you, the people. They weren't transparent with you, the people. Instead, they decided when President Trump was inaugurated and he was brought in as the President of the United States, he had an internal war with the Fourth Estate. And this Fourth Estate fought him with the release of the JFK assassination files, sending out their best disinformation agents, their best distractors, the best people who, when they're in positions of power, do nothing. But when they're out of positions of power, they demand accountability and they demand action. Odd how that works. So when the Donald Trump administration ordered NARA and the Director of National Intelligence to declassify the JFK assassination files, they did so in the most sinister way you could possibly imagine. They decided to release them unsearchable. It was 500,000 pages dropped onto the American public in 2017, 2018, 2020, 2021, 2023, 2022. All of these years, JFK files have been released. They're slow rolling the release. However, the problem was they were unsearchable. That meant that you were to go to their archives.gov website and you were to download 60 to 90 gigabytes of PDFs that were unsearchable. They were effectively flattened images. Where would you start? How would you start? How would you begin to understand what was inside of those documents? Therefore, because of that problem, I, as a software engineer and as a person who has loved JFK for many, many years and still do, that if this fourth estate decided to release these files unsearchable, it was unacceptable in my book. It was anti-American in my book. It was sinister what they did. But they did it anyway. And so, I worked tirelessly, without pay, during the height of the pandemic, to build a very rough-cut proof of concept that could solve this problem of the Fourth Estate's tremendous power over our influence of information. We all know about what Project Mockingbird is, or Operation Mockingbird. We're all aware of the fact that the mainstream media go with narratives and then push those narratives, regardless of where the facts lie. The truth in that is, if you listen to what Tucker Carlson has recently stated about the January 6th insurrection, why would the Capitol Hill police say to him in an interview that he had with Fox before he was fired that they never aired, allegedly saying the crowd was full of feds? Was that where the violence was coming from? Because the QAnon shaman Jacob Chansley wasn't an insurrectionist. It's as simple as that. He doesn't meet the definition of an insurrectionist. So why are they lying? Well, the lying is because we the people believe that the 2020 election was stolen. We believe that the Fourth Estate is responsible for this crime against the United States. Just like the Fourth Estate was involved in the crime against the United States of assassinating one of our presidents. And the biggest challenge that we have in the future is, how do we prevent history from repeating itself? How do we prevent history from repeating itself? I think it's very possible that we can build something like my proof of concept, PhoenixVault, but do it in a way that is strong, do it in a way that gives we the people our power back, do it in a way that holds our system of governance accountable to its actions. So, I wanted to build the search engine to the JFK files. That seemed like a really good place for me to start, because the information was covered up, the information was released unsearchable, and I'm a computer programmer and I like making software. So I decided to make the JFK files fully searchable. Just 2 weeks after the launch of PhoenixVault, Twitter permanently suspended me from the social media platform. Facebook permanently suspended me from the social media platform. I was banned from Patreon. I was banned from YouTube. I was kicked off social media for the high crime of making the JFK files searchable. It's public domain information that is supposed to be owned by, of, and for we the people. I'm just an American citizen. I'm just a person in our republic who loves our country, who knows how to write software, and who saw this blatant abuse of power by the National Archives, where they had many years to get the release of this information right. They had the ability to process all of the documents in bulk, in batch, with optical character recognition, OCR. They could have made them searchable for you. The Fourth Estate decided not to. So I decided to make them searchable for you. And as a consequence, the government and the weight of the government started censoring me. There were disinformation agents and Pharisees deployed to character assassinate me, to destabilize the fact that I have and live with an identity problem due to my adoption, coming from a communist Romanian orphanage. But the reality is, they weren't able to stop this phoenix. They weren't able to, because God Almighty is in control, and God's children are no longer for sale. I wouldn't be able to give this presentation to you today if we hadn't gone through what it is that we went through. The world has to change, but I want to make sure that we can use technology that we have at our disposal that has the ability to shape our minds, shape the way we think, and do it in a way that prevents history from repeating itself. So what do I mean by this? The idea of PhoenixVault was to ingest URLs and documents from various different official government sources, all public domain information, nothing hacked, nothing leaked, nothing stolen, nothing illegally obtained. I'm talking about being on the up and up, and I'm talking about doing things by the book. And what I mean by that is when new public domain information gets declassified, that URL to that document can be imported into the PhoenixVault ecosystem and then distributed in the Apario Network. We have a lot of agencies. We have our intelligence community. We have our branches of government, including that Fourth Estate. But we also have all 50 state governments. We have a great system of governance in our country. A fantastic system of governance. However, the problem is, what happens when it becomes corrupted from within? What happens when the top becomes so corrupted that the Fourth Estate is able to assassinate a president that you elected, and the Senate representatives and the House of representatives that each state sends to Washington, D.C., vote unanimously back in 1992 to release the JFK files? The Fourth Estate said to all 50 state governments, to all 50 states in our union, you don't have a right to know, because they staged a coup against you and we the people. We have been living in tyranny since the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. There are some people who believe that a restoration of our republic is in order and in progress. I can only hope that their beliefs are true and accurate. But I look at the world around me and I say, what can I do? I'm just one person who has kind of a problem with his identity that confuses a lot of people, because I was adopted, and I'm sorry that my adoptive family changed my name on me and it messed my mind up. Over a sense of self, over a sense of worth, over a sense of purpose. And I've had to refine it. And I got help from Jesus Christ to find it. I call him Yeshua, or Yeshua, because he's my Savior. And PhoenixVault and the Apario Network is a gift that I want to give to humanity for giving me my freedom from Ceausescu's orphanages. And I've asked people a lot of times, people around this country, where were the adults? Where were the adults when the children were being treated the way that they were? Look at what just came out with The Sound of Freedom. Might it have something to do with the fact that our government was co-opted by the Fourth Estate that turns a blind eye to what Jeffrey Epstein was doing? Isn't it time that we the people reclaim control over our government? The way we do it is through informed consent and through transparency with accountability. So when the JFK files were released and the government, the Fourth Estate, decided to make them not searchable, it is the duty of the true Fourth Estate, as declared in our Constitution, that it is we, the people, who are the Fourth Estate. We, the people, are the Fourth Estate. And instead what happened was, back in 1963, a coup against the United States took place, and we, the people, were dethroned from our role as the Fourth Estate. It is time for us to reclaim that title of nobility to our great republic. PhoenixVault is a piece of software that I have invented that will do that for you. The idea of it is very simple, highly technical, but very straightforward to understand. Let's say, for instance, that we have 4 decentralized entities: the FBI, the CIA, the ODNI, and the Senate. These entities are decentralized. They're not dependent on each other. One doesn't run inside of the other. They're all independent. They all have records that are subject to FOIA. And they move those records between agencies. So during the FOIA declassification process, a document from the FBI that is slated to be declassified is sent to the CIA, where they can add their redactions, they can object to the declassification. That information is then sent to the ODNI, both from what the FBI requested and from what the CIA requested. They get both of them. That gets handed off to other agencies as things become declassified. And so, what I want to create is a distributed ledger kind of blockchain network, peer-to-peer application called the Apario Network that takes each one of these FOIA records and makes it into kind of like an NFT, a non-fungible token, where that asset is a .apario. You know, you can't modify it, you can't change it, it's codified, it's hashed. And that record becomes then shared in the decentralized network. So any computer connected to the network would be able to download that FOIA document, regardless of whatever agency it came from. Because every agency's FOIA documents would be contained within this decentralized network. What this means is that we have this idea of a FOIA.apario. And what that does is it translates into each one of the actual documents underneath. And on your computer, you see that as a .apario file. Instead of a .pdf, it's a .apario. That file opens up in the PhoenixVault. There's a lot of information contained within the .apario file. In fact, here's an example. So, take a URL. In this case, we're going to look at, this is archives.gov. You can see here, it's archives.gov file. I don't see the full URL, but it says, comments is JFK 8, F28, 1993, 79, etc. from, to, title, etc. We have a whole bunch of data about it. It's 15 pages long, and we have the full text extracted version of the document of page 1, page 2, page 3. We can see the full document and what that entails. There's a dark mode of the page. There's a light mode of the page, depending on if you're reading at daytime or at nighttime. You know what? If it's the middle of the day and you're trying to read, probably best to be on light mode. But if it's in the middle of the night and you're sitting in bed, you probably want dark mode on. It'd be a lot easier on your eyes. So, the .apario file is actually multiple files inside of it. So for one PDF that you might download from archives.gov, if it's 10 megabytes, the .apario file might be 100 megabytes because it has all of the data around that record, including light mode, dark mode, etc., 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 right? Moving forward, users who connect to the Apario network say, I'm looking for this document. How might they say that? They could do a keyword search. They could see what's trending. They could create a visual representation of keyword relationships using basic charting and graphing. And let's say they find this document, this 2023 104 10059 10244 .apario. Let's say they find this file. They want to download it. Every computer connected to the Apario network who has that file is sharing that file on the network over the BitTorrent network. So every one of these .apario files, these folders, not really files, they're folders. Each one of these folders are torrent files that are peer-to-peer distributed on the network. And so when a new user wants a document, their computer says, okay, I have the torrent file, let me get all the metadata, we're gonna fill that into the file system, and then you're gonna get this empty file system, empty folder, no files inside of it, 0 bytes, but you've got the .apario to it. Now when you're starting to interact with it, you get first the metadata, that's a few kilobytes. Then you get the OCR text, that's going to be a few kilobytes. But let's say you open the document for the first time. Well, you need the thumbnails, so those thumbnails will copy over when you request them. And then that file will get populated. And you'll have portions of this file available to seed in the network. And the PhoenixVault application will handle all of this in the background, giving you a very seamless experience. It's not like you're just looking at a file manager and you're like, oh, download this file, download this file, download this file, and then open it up with whatever program that you have. This is going to be an experience that you're going to have in order to interact with these documents. So getting back to this white paper, I think it's important for us to be able to connect and see the interconnectedness of information. I want to point out to you that in this overview, down in the bottom right-hand corner, there's something that I'm using that's called gematria. And that gives you the ability of finding the gematria score of a given word. Now, whatever the word or phrase might be, we'll come back with a number. If the document contains that number in its gematria score, then the document shows up as a match. This project had a proof of concept that was a cloud-based Rails application that simply did not scale. It wasn't able to scale, and I wasn't able to represent the data in a cost-effective manner in a graph ledger. However, the last 17 months of my life and of my professional career, I have ascended into the role of a staff software engineer writing Go. I spent the last 17 months learning Go. And the reason I did that was because the underlying technology that PhoenixVault used originally was wrong. I made the wrong choice. So, I'm rewriting it in Go. And that's where you come in. In order for me to write this application in a very strong way, I'm going to need a team. I'm going to need a team that wants to help me restore the true balance of power in our country from the Fourth Estate that staged a coup against our system of governance. And it wasn't all the military. I see that there's military branches in that Fourth Estate, but it was mostly subsections of the Fourth Estate that staged the coup. But because of the way FOIA works, those agencies are able to keep that information classified still to this day. However, the more people that we have demanding accountability and transparency, the more that the President and the more that the House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate can do to make sure that vital information that is public domain, of public interest, makes it out. And the PhoenixVault application is designed to be a one-stop shop for you to go to, for you to be able to discover and stumble into records from any number of agencies, be able to find declassified, FOIA-obtained information from your state government. When you have public domain information released under your state, that should be able to go into the network as well. And so you're going to look at the PhoenixVault having well over 1 billion records inside of it when it's done. And the proof of concept that I built in Rails supported 1 million documents because it was the wrong infrastructure and architecture. However, going from Rails to Go, on the other hand, is the difference between making a Twitter versus making Microsoft Word. Think about the functionality of Microsoft Word and how powerful it is. It's a native application that runs on your operating system. It's super powerful. Versus Twitter, which is just a Rails web application, isn't very powerful. So this rewrite of this PhoenixVault application is going to be that degree of difference in power, of what your capabilities are when interacting with information and documents. So, the white paper to PhoenixVault is still in progress and it will be released very soon. And I'm sharing this presentation with you because I truly believe in my heart that we have the ability, as we the people, to come together and actually demand accountability. I want to read from the PhoenixVault white paper. Abstract. PhoenixVault is a decentralized, peer-to-peer network dedicated to empowering the Fourth Estate, which represents the American people's role as a checks and balance mediator to the United States government. This white paper outlines the vision and purpose of PhoenixVault as a solution to the current challenges faced by we the people in accessing public domain information. By leveraging blockchain technology, PhoenixVault aims to centralize the decentralized, providing a trusted and transparent platform for ingesting, validating, and organizing FOIA and declassified records. Through crowdsourcing a peer consensus proposal system, PhoenixVault empowers users to actively participate in the dissemination and analysis of public domain information. The white paper represents the features, functionalities, and governance of PhoenixVault, outlining the roadmap for its development and inviting stakeholders to join in this important mission of restoring transparency and accountability in the Fourth Estate. Introduction. Transparency, accountability, and the role of the Fourth Estate are vital pillars in maintaining a healthy democracy in the Republic of the United States. The Founding Fathers entrusted the American people with the responsibility as acting as a checks and balance mediator to the system of governance through the election process and government oversight. By exercising your First Amendment rights, we the people play a crucial role in holding the government accountable, ensuring the protection of national security, and safeguarding the interests of the public. Transparency serves as a cornerstone of a functioning democracy. It allows citizens to have access to information about the actions, policies, and decisions made by the government. This access fosters an informed electorate, enabling them to make well-informed decisions during elections and actively participate in shaping the nation's future. Additionally, transparency promotes trust in government institutions and ensures that power is not concentrated in the hands of a few, but rather dispersed among the people. Accountability is equally important in maintaining the integrity of the democratic system. When those in power are held accountable for their actions, it acts as a deterrent against corruption, abuse of power, and unethical behavior. The Fourth Estate, representing we the people, plays a crucial role in ensuring accountability by acting as a watchdog, scrutinizing the actions of the government, and providing a voice of the citizens. The Fourth Estate, as originally envisioned by the Founding Fathers, intended for the American people to be the primary check and balance on the government. However, in recent decades, there has been a shift where the intelligence communities have assumed a significant role in shaping the narrative and controlling the flow of information. This transfer of power has left the American people in the dark, hindering their ability to fully understand and participate in the governance of their country. PhoenixVault aims to restore the power of the Fourth Estate to we the people by providing a decentralized, transparent, and reliable platform for accessing public domain information. By empowering citizens with direct access to Freedom of Information Act documents, PhoenixVault seeks to create a bridge in the information gap and enable the public to make well-informed decisions, hold the government accountable, and actively participate in shaping the nation's future. Accessing public domain information, which is crucial for the Fourth Estate to fulfill its role as a checks and balance mediator, poses significant challenges and limitations for we the people in the Republic of the United States. These challenges hinder transparency, accountability, and the ability of citizens to make informed decisions. The current landscape of accessing public domain information is characterized by the following challenges. 1. Fragmentation and decentralization. Government agencies responsible for public domain records operate independently, each with their own directors, staff, and policies. This decentralization results in a lack of coordination and communication between agencies. Information about a particular subject may be scattered across various agencies, making it difficult and time-consuming for citizens to obtain a comprehensive view of a given topic. Number 2. inefficient FOIA process. The Freedom of Information Act, or FOIA, was enacted to provide the public access to government records. However, the FOIA process is often slow, bureaucratic, and prone to delays. Each agency has its own website and is responsible for handling FOIA requests, leading to inconsistencies in response times and levels of cooperation. This inefficiency frustrates citizens and impedes their ability to access timely and relevant information. Number 3, limited searchability and discoverability. Existing platforms and tools for accessing public domain information lack robust search capabilities and discovery mechanisms. Citizens often rely on fragmented sources such as news organizations, blogs, or social media to find information. This fragmented approach hinders comprehensive research and analysis, making it challenging to connect the dots and gain a complete understanding of a given topic. Number 4, censorship and editorial discretion. The influence of mainstream media and the intelligence communities has resulted in information manipulation and censorship. Operation Mockingbird, for example, embedded intelligence operatives into news broadcasting organizations, leading to biased reporting and selective disclosures of information. This editorial discretion limits the public's access to unbiased and unfiltered public domain records. Number 5, limited educational access. The lack of a centralized, trusted platform for public domain information restricts educational access. Students, researchers, journalists, and concerned citizens struggle to find reliable and comprehensive resources for their studies, investigations, and reporting. This absence of a user-friendly interface and data visualization tools further hampers the educational potential of public domain records. PhoenixVault aims to address these challenges by providing a decentralized, centralized solution that streamlines the access to public domain information by consolidating fragmented records, enhancing search capabilities, and promoting transparency. PhoenixVault empowers we the people to exercise our rights and responsibilities as the Fourth Estate. Through a user-friendly interface and powerful tools, PhoenixVault facilitates educational access and encourages informed civic participation. To address the challenges and limitations faced by we the people in accessing public domain information, PhoenixVault presents itself as a transformative solution. PhoenixVault is a decentralized peer-to-peer network designed to empower the Fourth Estate and restore transparency, accountability, and citizen participation in the Republic of the United States. A decentralized, centralized platform, PhoenixVault, revolutionizes the way public domain information is accessed, validated, and disseminated. By leveraging the power of blockchain technology, PhoenixVault ensures the trust, transparency, and immutability of the information stored within its network. The PhoenixVault Solution. PhoenixVault introduces the concept of decentralized centralization as a solution to the current challenges faced in accessing public domain records. This approach combines the benefits of decentralization with the need for a centralized, trusted platform. Here's how PhoenixVault aims to achieve decentralized centralization. Number 1, Center Hub for Decentralized Agencies. PhoenixVault serves as a central hub where decentralized government agencies' public domain records are ingested, validated, and organized. While the agencies maintain their autonomy and specialized operations, PhoenixVault brings their dispersed information together in one comprehensive platform. This centralization ensures that citizens have a single, trusted source for accessing a wide range of public domain records. Number 2. Blockchain distributed ledger technology. PhoenixVault will leverage blockchain technologies to ensure the immutability, transparency, and consensus-driven nature of the platform. Each public domain record added to PhoenixVault represents a transaction within the blockchain. By utilizing blockchain, PhoenixVault aims to establish a decentralized network that relies on peer consensus, eliminating the risk of tampering or manipulating records. This decentralized architecture provides the necessary trust and security while maintaining the centralized accessibility and organization of public domain information. Number 3. Graph data model. To enhance the interconnectedness of information, PhoenixVault uses a graph data model within the blockchain. This model connects relevant bits of information in an abstract manner, using number theory and complex algorithms. The graph data model captures the relationships between documents, agencies, subjects, and other metadata, creating a comprehensive network of information. This model allows users to explore the interconnectedness and context of records, facilitating a deeper understanding of complex topics. Number 4. Search and discovery abilities. PhoenixVault provides robust search and discovery capabilities, enabling users to efficiently navigate and explore the vast collection of public domain records. Users can utilize advanced search functionalities, filters, and tags to locate specific documents, keywords, or subjects of interest. The graph data model serves as a foundation for a powerful search algorithm, ensuring accurate and relevant results. This comprehensive search functionality empowers users to uncover hidden connections and insights within the public domain records. Number 5. Desktop and mobile applications. PhoenixVault offers user-friendly desktop and mobile applications that provide a seamless interface for accessing and interacting with public domain records. These applications provide tools for data visualization, search optimization, and record organization. Users can explore visual representations of data, create personalized request collections, and receive notifications about new records or updates. The application serves as a gateway for users to engage with public domain information, fostering informed civic participation. By combining decentralization with centralized accessibility, PhoenixVault achieves the concept of decentralized centralization. It provides a unified platform for accessing public domain records while maintaining the integrity, security, and immutability offered by blockchain technologies. PhoenixVault's approach ensures transparency, accountability, and empowerment of we the people as the fourth estate in the United States. The blockchain technology plays a pivotal role in PhoenixVault's solution for ingesting, validating, and storing FOIA and declass records. Here's how the blockchain functions within PhoenixVault. Number 1. Ingestion of records. When new FOIA or declassified records are released by government agencies, PhoenixVault utilizes a URL system to ingest these records into the blockchain. PDF files originating from .gov or .mil top-level domains and are of the MIME type application PDF, they're PDFs, are accepted into the system. This ingestion process ensures that each document becomes a transaction within the blockchain, creating an immutable and transparent record of its existence. Number 2, validation and integrity. Once a record is ingested, the blockchain verifies its integrity through consensus mechanisms. The decentralized nature of the blockchain ensures that no single entry has the power to modify or manipulate the records. Instead, the blockchain relies on peer consensus to validate the authenticity and accuracy of the records. Any attempt to tamper with the records would be rejected by the network, ensuring the trustworthiness and reliability of the public domain information stored in PhoenixVault. Storage and immutability. The blockchain serves as a decentralized and distributed ledger that securely stores the FOIA and declassified records. Each transaction representing a record is permanently added to the block. These blocks are then linked together, forming an immutable chain of information. Once a record is added to the blockchain, it becomes virtually impossible to alter or delete without the consensus of the network. This immutability ensures the preservation of public domain records and guards against any attempts to tamper with or manipulate the information. Graph data model and metadata. Within the blockchain, PhoenixVault employs a graph data model to establish connections between records, agencies, subjects, and other relevant metadata. This graph data model enables the system to capture the relationships and interdependencies among different pieces of information. By analyzing this interconnectedness, users can gain a comprehensive understanding of complex topics and explore the broader context of public domain records. The integration of blockchain technology within PhoenixVault ensures integrity, transparency, and security of Freedom of Information Act and declassified records. By leveraging decentralized consensus, immutability, and the graph data model, PhoenixVault provides a reliable and trusted platform for accessing and exploring public domain information. This blockchain-based solution empowers we the people with direct access to unfiltered and unaltered records, fostering transparency, accountability, and the active participation of the Fourth Estate. The graph data model is a fundamental component to the PhoenixVault solution, offering several benefits for search, visualization, and record organization. Here's an example of how the graph data model and its advantages within PhoenixVault. Number 1, interconnectedness of information. The graph data model captures the interconnectedness between different pieces of information within the public domain records. It establishes relationships between documents, agencies, subjects, and other relevant metadata. This interconnectedness allows users to explore the context and dependencies of records, revealing hidden connections and insights. By navigating through the graph, users can gain a comprehensive understanding of complex topics and trace the flow of information across various sources. Number 2, enhanced search capabilities. The graph data model enables advanced search functionalities within PhoenixVault. Users can perform searches based on specific keywords, subjects, or entities, and receive results that encompass a broader range of related information. The graph structure facilitates more accurate and contextually relevant search results, enhancing the overall user experience. Users can uncover connections and patterns that might not be apparent through traditional search methods, enabling them to delve deeper into public domain records. Data visualization. The graph data model provides a foundation for visualizing information in PhoenixVault. By representing records and their relationships as nodes and edges in a graph, users can visualize the connections and dependencies between pieces of information. Data visualization tools enable users to explore the network of records, identify clusters, and detect patterns or trends. This data visualization enhances the comprehension and analysis of public domain information, facilitating data-driven insights, and decision-making. Number 4, comprehensive record organization. The graph data model allows for effective record organization within PhoenixVault. Users can create personalized collections or virtual filing cabinets, grouping related documents together based on specific topics, agencies, or themes. This organizational structure facilitates easy retrieval and reference of information, enabling users to access relevant records effectively. By organizing records in a graph-based system, PhoenixVault provides a flexible and intuitive approach to record management, accommodating the diverse needs of users. The graph data model within PhoenixVault transforms the accessibility and organization of public domain records. It empowers users to navigate, search, and visualize information in a comprehensive and interconnected manner. By leveraging the benefits of the graph data model, PhoenixVault enhances the search capabilities, data visualization, and record organization, fostering a more efficient and insightful exploration of public domain information. So I'm going to conclude reading the white paper. It's a total of 52 pages. I could go on for a long time, but I want to explain to you about the business side of things and where you come in. Because I can't do this all by myself. I need people from all 50 states who love this country, who have the means to see this through. Donate to our Ko-fi page, ko-fi.com/Project Apario. Project Apario is the underlying technology that is going to give us the ability of centralizing the decentralized, but offering it in a decentralized peer-to-peer network. There are many use cases for this type of application. There are a lot of opportunities with the byproduct of this application. But I want to make sure, and I want to make sure that you understand that the first implementation of doing this project should be and needs to be for public domain information and not commerce. I do not have an interest in making a buttload of money by building this project. That's not my purpose. That's not why I'm doing this. I briefly explained to you that I'm an orphan from Romania. I was adopted in 1990. I suffer from an identity crisis that was given to me by my adoptive family when they changed my name. I was 3 years old. I'm not looking to get rich off from this. Am I looking to retire one day? You better believe it. Am I looking at ways that I can contribute to the country that saved me from communism in Romania? You better believe it. Is proving to you important to me that I love this country, that I love our freedoms. I am grateful to our founding fathers who gave us this country. America was founded on the backs of immigrants, and it is made great by the backs of immigrants who love our system, who love our freedoms, who want to participate in them. But somewhere along the line, in history, the Fourth Estate got too powerful. And it's time for accountability. It's time for transparency. And the JFK files are a big data set. According to Rick Grinnell, the former director of national intelligence, there are over 5 million pages of documents related to the JFK assassination. And the truth is that roughly 1 million have been released so far. We still have a lot more to go. And so, what I'm doing right now is I'm working on building the Go version of PhoenixVault. I'm not going as fast as I did with the proof of concept back in 2020. I'm taking a more careful, structured approach to ensure that this application will work when we get to the scale of 1 billion documents. That's 1 million. Okay? 1 million times the size of what I already built. That's where I'm going to next. And so, I can do that. And I want to do that. And we can do that together. There's tremendous capability here. And so, if you want to help, if you want to see this future come true, if you want to reclaim your role as the true fourth estate, envisioned by our founding fathers, the fourth estate is supposed to be we the people.